Hello and good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. Tonight we are at Road America. It's called I don't really know what it's called. I have Road America 300, but I don't think it's 300 miles. We are
Nah.
doing what, 40 laps around this place?
Yep, 40 laps.
40 laps. We're still going to be doing stages. So we'll have a stage 1, stage 2, and then obviously the third and final stage will be the longest, but decided to leap into a little bit of qualifying here. It is an open qualifying session, so all the cars are on the track at the same time, running laps. Just a couple of things to note: have to give yourself space and be sure not to go off track there, as we just saw Stoltz do. Though sometimes a little bit off track is still on the track, but waiting for some times to come across, and we'll get a good idea of how the grid is going to look. In the booth with me tonight, Ryan Taft, again on double duty. We'll be doing race control. Don't think he'll throw many cautions, though. There's always a possibility of a caution on a road course if it's dire enough, but I don't think we've seen a caution on a road course yet. All the leagues we've put on a road, we might have had one at Charlotte Roval, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. But other than that, Bill Martin is also in the booth with me tonight, and I think he has the whiskey cabinet open. So
hey, we got to make this race exciting one way or another.
Yeah, there's a couple murmurs that this race might be a little bit of a drag, but you know, we're gonna do what we can to keep it exciting up here in the booth. As for our drivers, looks like about everybody's out on the track. We have a couple guys who are hanging back. Jim Mott still talking to the engineers, trying to get that car tuned up, ready to go out. But as for others out there, we have Stoltz in the 43, Zach Johnson 45, Noah Hunt in the grass, Stephen Carlisle in the 81, TK in the 48 car with Joe Wright just in front of him. Corey Mott running that 77 machine again. Nick Vasquez, who really loathed coming here to Road America. He didn't even own the track before this week started. So
that was the understatement of the day, to be quite honest with you.
So it'll be interesting to watch him get around this place. Jonathan Ledger in the 28 again. Tyler Bellinger in the 88. Joe Gibbons in the 8, and Ray Gill somewhere in the 66. Still haven't had any times come onto the board yet, so either these guys just haven't ran a clean lap yet, or it just takes a minute to get around here. Our fastest time and only time, Josh Stoltz setting the time of 2:11.62, 2 minutes 11 seconds and .62.
Now, who was it last night that said he was just looking forward to this race? This is his hometown track,
Stoltz.
And yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep, that was Stoltzy.
Yeah, Stoltz was saying that.
And taking a look at the times coming across, we have a couple of 2:17s from Johnson and Mott, and Carlisle setting the time of 2:14. So that is the closest time to our current pole sitter in the 43. Yep, as I mentioned, not only do you have to try to get around here as quick as possible, but you can't have any off tracks or incidents if you want your qualifying lap to count. During the race, we don't keep count of those, so you can go off track as much as you want, as long as you don't get a slowdown. But for qualifying, you do have to run a clean lap.
Yes, it's gonna be a fun one tonight. Not as much fun as I had last night, I can tell you. I had an absolute blast running with these guys last night. Ryan and I were talking about it earlier, and Man, it was just I really like the new car, and I can't believe I'm saying that. Um, it was a good time to be out with everybody. I tried to show them a lot of respect, considering they're running for points, and well, I was running for fun, so I wasn't going to attempt that tonight. Yeah, I don't think I could get around this track in under 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Never mind what. Oh, 43 car loops it. Well, there you go, right there. There's a perfect example. Look at the caliber of driver you just saw loop it. It's extremely difficult track. We're probably going to have a smaller field tonight. That's for sure.
Yep, I mean, Stoltz did set his time of 2:11, so he might have been pushing the car, just see the limit, the edge there. That way you can note that down for the race. But come race time, yep, if you have a mistake just like that, it's going to cost you a lot of time. And I'm sure the tires might be upset with you for a while. And something else to note there's a lot of gravel, a lot of sand around this track, and with the guys spinning, I mean, the guys in the back, I mean, if they spin out and pull on a lot of debris and material onto that track, the leaders are going to have to drive through that too. So spins in the middle of the pack towards the back of the field, still going to have a little bit of an impact on the entire field. So keep that in mind as we see these guys fly through these sections with the gravel and sand on the track.
Well, I don't know if this is a different compound than what we raced last night, or different tire altogether, or what. But I know last night, I think it was the beginning of stage 2, I got on it too hard and looped it, coming out of turn 3 and 4, I believe. And unfortunately, it brought out the caution, got all embarrassed, took off. But I stayed out. And even though I looped it, those tires were still really good, and they never really went away. So I don't know how much it really hurts doing all of that. Vasquez running pretty hard out there.
Yep, he did set a time, 2:18.23, so he's currently sitting in 7th spot, about 2 seconds behind Corey Mott, who's in 6th position with a 2:16.63.
I cannot imagine the things that are coming out of Nick's mouth right now, knowing how much he hates this track. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Mama Vasquez. Relax. Relax.
Have a couple more guys coming across the start finish there, see if anyone improves. Joe Wright setting 2:13.79, moving into 2nd position there. So bumping Carlisle down a spot. Joe Wright into P2. And about 5 minutes left now in this qualifying session. Corey Mott completely just going off track into the wall there. Just I think his qualifying's finished now. Don't know if you can get it repaired on these joint qualifying. I don't know. I could be wrong, but.
So we got 5 minutes left in qualifying.
Yep, so about 2 laps, if you're starting now, can be completed. I think Stoltz's time's pretty safe. We'll keep an eye on Joe Wright being in 2nd position here. See him go off track, just not going to count. So he needs to get back around to the start finish if he wants to try to put down one last flyer here. And we did talk briefly to Carlisle post-race last night. He mentioned got to take care of your brakes and tires around here. There's gonna be a lot of tire wear getting around this track, and also there's potential for a brake fade as the runs go on. Guys are gonna have trouble getting those cars stopped. So
now, folks at home in the chat, let us know what we're going to do, because there's not going to be many cautions. There's going to be lots of spins. we have to come up with a drinking game. So, how are we going to do this? I was thinking every time somebody spins, and then I was thinking,
I
not a very good idea.
don't know.
You'll be getting drunk fast if it was every time someone's spun.
Yeah, and why are we getting lit tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Because once again, Bill the Masshole has retired for the second time.
Joe Wright coming in the pit lane, so he's gonna elect to conclude his qualifying there. Sitting P2 currently. Carlisle currently on a lap now.
All right, what are we gonna do? I'm trying to think of something.
Oh,
I mean, if you do want to get somebody back, just try to do it because you gotta have 5 hours and try to catch back up to you and do the same thing you did to them.
Oh, look out. Mowing the grass. That's what I'd be doing if that was out there. Oh man. I give these guys so much credit. The difference between driving this on the computer is, man, unless you got a crazy setup, you're just not gonna be able to feel or catch the depth perception the way you would in a real car. It is so easy to overshoot corners, and that's my issue. I don't know how you guys are about it. I mean, obviously, I know VR is really good. You can see it a lot better. It's more immersive, but I don't know. It's that's one of the downfalls. So that's why I believe that the road courses are so difficult. But then again, you have these guys that do Formula One and everything else. So it's just a discipline on its own.
absolutely.
And
Yeah. Have a couple guys left on the track. Bellinger and Vasquez, last two out. Don't have time to run another lap here, so they should. Can you run another lap if you get across before?
Yeah.
Okay.
no, you cannot. That happened to me last night in qualifying.
I think it's a
By
little
the
different
time I
for
get
road.
going, is it?
Road is different. With
yeah.
open qualifying, if you pass the line before the checker comes out, you got time to run one more lap.
Yeah. All right, because I know last night I qualified. I went out to qualify and ran one lap. Was going out hot dogging it for my second lap, and before I could get done qualifying, it put me on the grid. So I mean, it is what it is. I wanted to start in the back anyway, so it worked out perfectly. But I was really curious to see where I was going to qualify. Did I mention I had a good time running with those boys last night?
Yeah, you did. You did.
One thing that was really cool was after the race, a bunch of these guys came up and bumped me from behind like I had won the race, just, saying hello. It was really cool, man. I appreciated it. Nick Vasquez, believe it or not, I was so shocked at how quiet he was when I met him. He was just really just kind of a laid back and chill and quiet. It was cool to see, but I don't think he's chill and quiet right now.
No, I don't think anybody is.
Oh. Oh no.
Wow.
It looks like his tires just locked up on Bellinger and he just went straight into the wall.
Last man standing, Ray Gill on the track. Everybody else.
Oh,
So that corner is called Canada Corner, and it's a real bitch.
yeah,
It's-
it's gonna be.
Yeah, we got to keep an eye on that. A lot of guys are gonna go wide there.
I think the corners you'll see everybody go wide in is probably 3, maybe 5, because you got to get slowed way down in order to hit that from 3.
What 3?
Oh.
So turn 3 is that the one down the hill. Yep, you come. It doesn't
Yeah.
look that crazy, but you are coming way down this hill, stomping on the brakes and having to go down this middle stretch here. So that's going to be
Yeah.
very exciting to watch.
Turn 1 won't be so bad, maybe. 3 for sure.
Bill, we have a couple ideas. Every time Bill doesn't pronounce an R, we have to drink.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You better get a couple of cases of whiskey then, because we'd all be in trouble.
Hogarth in the chat. Hayden in the chat. Hello, guys. So also just worth mentioning, kind of bittersweet, but this is the last double header race that we will be broadcasting. So from here on out, starting next week, we will only be doing races on Tuesday nights now that we're caught up. So still Carolina Cup Series is still alive and well, and it's still continuing as the season progresses, but we are all caught up now, so we are just going to be live Tuesday nights, same time, same place, but just on Tuesdays now. Monday nights, I think they're going to be running Gen 4s, so that will be a lot of fun to watch. I don't know what they're doing as far as broadcast for that, but as for our little group here, our little posse in the booth, we will be back on Tuesdays. But with that said, qualifying is all concluded, all done now. The order is set, and we'll take a quick look at that. All right. So without much surprise, after talking to Josh Stoltz about how much he loves his tracks, his local track, his favorite track in the whole world, so he will be on the pole tonight with a 2:11.609 fastest lap of the field. Joe Wright starting P2, showing some skill on the roadside here in the 37 car. Stephen Carlisle in the 81 machine will be starting P3. Zach Johnson in the 45 will be starting 4th spot. Noah Hunt will be starting 5th spot. Tyler Bellinger in the 88 will be starting 6th. Corey Mott will be starting 7th. Nick Vasquez 8th. TK 9th. Ray Gill 10th. Jonathan Ligier 11th. Ted Lisby 12th.
Man, I wish I had Nick Vasquez problem. Track he absolutely hates. Qualifies 7th.
Yeah.
Wish I had that issue.
Michael Deitch 13th. Jim Mott 14th, and Joe Gibbons will be the caboose tonight in the 15th spot. So only 15 cars out tonight. I think the road course kept some people away, but
It kept me away.
So all right, we'll do our parade lap here, and we'll get this race going.
I think we should have Ryan be an on-track reporter racing while he does race control.
I tried that at Coda. It did not go very well. Well, track temp is 130 degrees, so it's nice and slick.
Oof, man.
How about
salt to the wound there?
Every 5 spins?
Well, you got to keep count of that because.
Well, we're gonna see cars spinning. We gotta come up with something.
And this is the longest pace lap we'll have this season. I don't know. How long is this track? Do we know?
4 miles.
4 miles. Wow.
Yeah.
So just for everyone's, this is turn 6. This is turn 7. Bill Ryan, I'm sure you guys memorized these like I asked. Coming down the hill
No.
here. This will be turn 8. This is a tricky turn here. Really about getting the front left weight of that car right on the scene.
That's
there.
a very difficult corner, downhill shifting, and then you
Oh.
turn into the left. So
Already almost
What
had someone
happened?
off track there on the pace lap.
Gibbons twice.
And this is so 9 is kind of like a long slow turn, and then they come to turn 10 here, and then it's called the kink just before you shoot down the backstretch. So it's kind of a quick right hander there, and then that goes down the backstretch. Backstretch will see a lot of high speed passes down the backstretch. Coming to our most sketchy corner, Canada corner. So be flying down this backstretch at speeds I can't tell you because I really don't know. But this will be a hard, tight right corner here. And then this
And
is
there's
like
still rocks on it from qualifying.
yeah, still gravel on the track from qualifying. This is kind of a very much rhythm fuel section of the track where you have a quick left then right, followed by the final turn here onto the front stretch. But with that, pace car should be turning off here as he approaches pit lane. There he goes. So 2x2 again. Stoltz on the pole tonight on that inside lane there, waiting for the green flag to fly. Green flag
Stoltz with a good
in
jump.
the air. Stoltz with a great jump. Inside lines moving right, taking a little bit more of a defensive approach to the start of this race. Already have some cars going wide. See Zach Johnson go just a little bit wide there. Coming down the hill here onto the turn before I believe this is like called the middle stretch. So that was turn 3. Stoltz going way wide there. We had someone locking up a little bit in the back. Not
TK.
That was TK in the 48 locking it up just a bit.
Yep.
Okay, I just realized that I was yelling at the screen with no mic on.
So the thing with that
Old
section of
age.
the track, you have a lot of weight on those front tires as you come up the hill, so you apply too much brake pressure there. You can easily get those tires overwhelmed and locked up.
Yeah, that 43 car is just kind of sailing away, isn't he? And I'm very impressed with that 37 car, Joe Wright, finishing qualifying second. I didn't realize that he was that fast on road courses. I thought he was more of an oval track specialist.
Oh,
Tyler, hang on.
and that was not a safer barrier, so that could very well have done damage to that car there. We'll have to see if that clears up, but oh, Vasquez off into the wall.
Can you imagine the
Vasquez, he might have some damage on that thing. We'll see. Not
I don't
the
think
nose
Bellinger
still
has
looks
much
clean.
damage.
just going to take him a little bit to get those tires clean?
If Vasquez didn't hit anything, he just sanded it.
So how many offs is that already? that
So coming to
Is that
Canada
one?
corner 22 underneath the 88, Bellinger just can't get the thing slowed up in time. Yep, luckily able to keep it out of the wall.
Jim has 3 incidences. Gibbons has 3. Nick has 2. Legger has 4. Hunt has 1. Lisby, Johnson, Gill all have one. A lot of people have more than one besides Wright, Stoltz, and TK and Carlisle. Nope, never mind, I lied. Ray just got his first one.
So we are already very spread out, trying to find any semblance of a battle. That we have the 88 going on the inside of 35 here. They are side by side coming through this section. Noah Hunt giving up the spot. The Bellinger saw Bellinger get loose into the outside wall, cost him some time there. So he is slowly clawing his way back up. Corey Mott around, coming back on the racing surface. Noah Hunt also getting loose there, going through the grass. We're not able to keep it out of anyone there. Noah Hunt able to dodge any dangers, though. No, we see Noah Hunt there turned on the track. I think his car might have looped around again, but we'll take a look at that one more time here.
Yeah, it looks like Corey just locked up his rear tire. Yeah, his rear tires, and just hopped on him going into the corner.
Yep, that car just looped. Didn't hold the brake. Allowed it to roll off, and checking Noah.
Yeah,
he hit the loud pedal, and that thing just went around on him.
You know what though? He probably didn't, because during practice last night, I spun, and once you get those tires like really spun on it like that, like really hot, it is so difficult to keep that car going, even just barely touching the throttle, and it loops right around on you. I was really surprised at that.
Yep, and we did get note that Prozac might have spun here. We'll see coming down the back stretch. Oh man, so another run-in for those two. I know they've had a little bit of a history, but I mean, you just really can't tell with these road courses. People just aren't used to
folks.
the break points and all that, so we'll just call that
deserves
an accident, maybe.
I know what this is going to lead to. I'm taking my first one right here. There's a big one. Oh boy. You know, just when things I thought calmed down a little bit. You know, we may be overreacting. That both of those guys might be like, "Oh crap, that was nobody's fault." Who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Ryan, is that what you're hearing?
What?
Are those two angry with each other, or are they pretty civil?
I'm just ignoring all the fighting, so.
Not a good sign.
Always a road course, you have plenty of chances to get your payback.
Yeah, you do.
Yep.
It was go right off into the sand.
Now, was their contact accidental, or was one more at fault than the other, or what was the verdict on that?
What, between TK and Vasquez?
Yeah.
Road course. Two different braking points. One trying to get slowed down to what he thinks is comfortable for him.
So I have the 77 and 22 side by side here. Corey Mott going on the, I don't know, left side of the 22. I can't say inside or outside because we're all over the place, but I think Vasquez might have got loose there.
I love the dirt flying everywhere.
See, oh no, so Mott went wide here. Vasquez just got loose after hitting the gas, so Mott was able to pass him back here. I think that's what we saw happen just then. Now Vasquez on the hunt, trying to get around. The 77 machine will go on board with Nick here. Got this long straight called the middle stretch underneath the cheese board.
going through the gears, letting that thing redline. One thing I noticed about this car is you can't change your dashboard like you used to before.
Oh, you can't change it now?
No, unless I missed something.
No, you cannot change your dashboard.
No. That sucks. I like to have a different dashboard up there.
Yeah, I'm not really used to it, but you know,
Ooh, Vasquez having trouble getting on the
Hold on.
brakes. Right behind the 77 here, you saw him have the same sort of issue with TK into Canada corner a little bit ago. That time able to keep it out of the car in front of him there.
Goes around the carousel.
there is a whole lot of damage going on.
Nobody's getting out of here without having an incident because everybody has at least one now.
Should we
Going to
give a
Canada
bonus to
corner
the most?
Going down to first gear. So I'm running wide open, getting the car completely slowed up there. And through
Right
this
now it's
kink here.
Right now it's a tie between Jim Mott and John Legger for having. Oh, no, never mind. Legger has the most now.
That's why I stayed home tonight, John.
But while they're back tied again.
So we did kind of just tune into that battle there. It's the closest battle on the track. We'll keep an eye there on Corey Mott, Nick Vasquez split, but back up to the front. Stoltz enjoying a 8-second lead, 9-second lead now over Joe Wright. Joe Wright might have had a little bit of a moment getting loose because Stoltz just kind of pulled like 3 seconds faster right ahead of him.
Yeah, and you know, that's just going to allow him to relax and save his equipment. So he's going to be able to stretch it. Everybody's going full bore after him, so he's in good position. All he needs to do is just take it easy and just keep pulling away. As you see, Carlisle and Wright both getting in the dirt there.
Yep, and we will be re-racking after stage. So we're 5 laps into this first stage of 10 laps. So pretty quick first stage here. And the caution will come out. Could see some guys potentially try to flip the stage.
Track time hasn't cooled off any.
Oh,
Whoa!
Joe Wright into the gravel there. Might have got into the wall even.
They just came over the radio saying it double shifted on him.
Oh. I did not money shift last night. Just want to bring that up again.
Nick just went hot into Canada.
That gravel on the track cannot be helping as far as getting these cars slowed down or just getting any traction off exits.
No, they're going in before they get off on exit.
Yeah.
So they're just pulling it off with them.
Well, with the rear diffusers, you don't want to be under braking. You need that back to squat. So as you go in the corner, you kind of want to make sure you don't have any brakes on, so it just hugs with that diffuser right around the corner. It's not easy to do on a small track. I can't imagine what it's like trying to do that on a track like this. I don't even own this track because I will never... I don't know why I would ever need this track.
It's a lot of fun on the roadside, like GT and
Yeah.
that sort of stuff.
When you have a car that actually has the downforce to grip the corners, it's fun, but in a stock car, it is not fun.
Corey going through the corner there.
Yep.
Mr. Hunt getting a good run off there.
I think this is the tightest interval we have. Noah Hunt getting loose, going around. TK barely missing him.
Oh, we cannot really interview anybody tonight except for one driver, and he's the one who's out front having a good time.
On board with TK here as he saw the 35 get loose and eventually spin that thing. Barely misses the front of 35 here. Oh, might have barely grazed it, but good job by the 48 to stay out of Noah there. And back up to the lead. Josh Stoltz running the fastest lap of the race, 2:13.12.
He's a full second faster than Carlisle.
I would like to see Tyler just relax a little bit, let this race play out. He needs a good run tonight or a decent finish, because last night he got into an accident. He was a couple of laps down. So if he just takes his time, let people go off the track, I think he's going to just kind of smooth his way forward. He just needs to hit his marks and just do everything he can. And you see Corey Mott right there struggling. So
yep. This was
things
was
like
just
that
a
is
second
gonna get
ago. Looks like the 77 got loose and went in the grass, allowed Nick Vasquez to make the pass for 6th spot. Yeah, just got the rear end upset there.
that rear end was way up high in the air. It needs to be sucked down low to that track. And there's Mr. Stoltz. He's in Europe right now, pretending to be in a car race.
17 seconds over position 2.
17 seconds.
How much did
Almost 18 seconds.
How much did SVG win by this past weekend? Wasn't it
I
like,
don't remember.
Wasn't it like something crazy?
I think it was 17 seconds.
Yeah, that's why
I could be wrong. Feels like a time I can look it up.
Oh, Joe!
Oh, again, yep, that Canada corner is proven to be a problem for these guys, getting the car slowed down after that long backstretch.
We had all said it earlier that that's definitely going to be a trouble spot. And every time we went there, there was a car off the track. So just... This is not... And they voted for this track, did they not?
They did.
Buyer's remorse. I wouldn't have had the track here. I would have got... It would have been huge. It would have been the most incredible race.
We have a battle heating up, 37-45. We seem to be having these battles when the faster car spins, but then they have to chase down the car that passed them because they spun.
Now, I have a feeling that we're going to race here in the 05 IndyCar series that we're starting up. So that's going to be interesting. If this car is much different in an IndyCar than it is a stock car. You actually have downforce.
All right,
Oh, yeah.
SVG won by 16.5 seconds.
16. In what kind of car?
The stock, I mean,
The next
the
gen.
next gen.
Wow. And you see a lot of guys just hanging out there further on in the back. Gibbons, I battled with him last night. He's back in 11th. I mean, there's so many great drivers struggling towards the back of the pack. And there's another car going off the track. There was a reason why I stayed away from this race tonight. And if you're at home and you do want to start racing, we have a bunch of new things coming out for Crown Jewel Racing. Keep an eye, go to the website, check it out. All different types of racing series coming out, and it's going to be a lot of fun for all different levels. So come on out, try it, join the league. Who knows? Maybe next year you're out front at Road America.
Yeah, we might not be coming back, but we'll get a vibe check from the drivers post race. We'll see.
I know one guy who's going to like it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Stoltz. He loves this track.
Does Stoltz even realize he's in a race still?
Probably not. He's probably just hot lapping now.
Oh,
He's still running
Right.
2 seconds faster than Carlisle.
is Carlisle running the high line? You see Bellinger going around. Is that right? It's hard to tell from this angle.
Yep, that was looked like Joe Wright missed 2 corners in a row, so that allowed the 88 to pull back up to him and make the pass there. So Bellinger up 2 spots into 4th position. Joe Wright locking it up behind him. He's gonna miss another corner there. Seems to be over driving the 37 car just a hair.
Jim Mott called it quits. Don't blame him.
I don't blame you, Jim. Have a fireball for me. You deserve it. I don't know why. I stayed home tonight, buddy. Stoltz up front. Carlisle and Johnson. Zach Johnson's doing pretty well, too. Staying out in front of Ballinger. He's got plenty of space in between him. He just waits to the first stage, and then he can just catch right up to the guys in front of him, and then he can run with those guys. Just about everybody out there has had trouble.
Yep, and this is actually the last lap of our first stage here. So after the 10th spot car, Michael Deitch crosses the start finish. Is that how we're doing it today?
Now when Stoltz comes out of turn 14.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh,
No,
I
you don't
think
got to
Joe
go
Wright-
another 4 miles just to catch up to the pace car.
Yeah, that's true. So caution should be coming out in just
He's just
a
going
minute-
through turn 5, so
about a minute.
yeah, about a minute.
Well, I got to go in and take a shower while we go to the pace lap. So see you in 20 minutes.
Sounds good.
Ballinger and Wright still going at it.
Yep, still the tightest interval between 2 cars on the track.
There was a time
37.
where,
Locking up that front, those front tires, making the inside pass on the 88
oh,
there.
nice move. Wow, great job by Joe Wright.
Yep, getting it done. Going wide here has allowed the 88 to reel him back in just a bit. But
Definitely
he's
have
able
the
to
right
hold him
line
off
there.
here.
As they come up to turn 186.
Yep, and we'll go inside with Joe right there. See him get a little bit wider. Work really hard to get that thing slowed up. 88 just goes a little bit wide, and Wright just slams the power down and passes on the inside there. And caution is out for our first
That's the
stage.
stage.
And no surprise, Stoltz. And if
Was
you
about to put down or get put down a lap.
folks at home want to go put a turkey in the oven or start the grill, you have about 35 minutes before we go green again.
Literally.
Stokes, Carlisle, Johnson. This is the closest they've been in a long time.
Yeah, we'll
But
see.
last night, Carlisle did say that he was looking forward to this race, and well, it's looking like he was serious. I wonder how that feels on a full motion setup going over those rumble strips.
Have to wear a mouth guard.
I know it vibrates me pretty good on my setup, and it's just the direct drive and it shakes things pretty well. So I can't imagine the full motion setup.
And let's pull Stoltz in here just pass some time.
Yeah.
Wake him up.
Fine.
Hey, Stoltz in booth, you awake, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, so like what you pulled out to like 17, 18, 19 second lead there by the end of that
Something
stage.
like
Might have even been more, I don't know. But yeah, doing great getting around this thing. Is the gravel causing any issues? Is it causing you to just be extra cautious anywhere?
Mainly like some of the the sweeping corners. I'm definitely like kind of tiptoeing it a little bit, especially the carousel, just because I know I definitely could go through there a lot faster. I just don't want to risk the front washing out or the rear sliding out on me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Are you are you disappointed with the skill level you're seeing by your competitors tonight, or are you just feel like you practice a lot, put in the work, and now you're just kind of reaping your hard work here?
Honestly, I don't know what to say with that, because I would love a little bit more, but I know if I get too cocky, it's gonna end up biting me in the ass like it always does. So
Hey, yeah, I was letting the guys know there's really not many safer barrier walls around here. So one slip up and you go into that concrete, like that could be
I
game
think you guys saw my slip up where I drove it a little bit too deep into the kink there. So that
Yeah.
is, in my opinion, that and turn one are the hardest corners on the track. Just turn one, you're going so fast in there.
Yep.
I was saying 1, 3, and 5 would be
Ooh.
the hardest ones because, well, downhill to 3, so much speed going into 1, plus you got so much speed going into 5.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of
five is definitely an interesting corner. It's just you gotta be very careful. It kind of helps how you can arc it out a little bit more there than people think. So that's, if you guys notice, that's definitely what I have been doing.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll definitely. I've been trying to. There's really not many battles going on, just people spinning and then catching up to each other. So we'll do a little bit more on board this second stage. Obviously, you and some other people, just to see the difference of lines people are running. But great job on that first stage. Great job on the stage win. Points are points, so you're still gaining them here at Road America. Good luck for the rest of this race.
Thank you.
That was 43. Josh Stoltz currently leading the race. Coming out in P3, actually had a couple guys stay out. Stephen Carlisle and Corey Mott both electing to stay out here at the conclusion of stage 1. So Stoltz will be starting third, regardless of winning the stage. But very fast. If he
First time it's only gone down to 1 degree. No, 2 degrees.
his racecraft hasn't been tested yet here, but we'll see if he can work his way through Corey and Steven here.
Well, I think he's going to get right by him, but I know Mott has had trouble today, so You don't want to get collected if he loses it or has an issue. So you got to be careful, even though there's only 2 cars in front of him.
Yep, and these guys know, like, if Stoltz gets by them, then he's gone. So, you know, I think they're gonna try to make that car as wide as possible, and not get too crazy with it, but just try not to be super easy pass. But pace car lights are still on, so we have yet another lap after this, so we still have some time.
They're gonna have to Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan him to get him to slow down. He's gonna get right by them real quick. I love when you can hear the rocks coming off and hitting the cars.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're hitting the undercarriage at that. I'm sure it probably sounds 10 times worse inside the car than it does to us.
Yep. That's just one of the cool things about iRacing when you can hear that. That's really it. I love it.
Yep, we'll go on the nose cam here, see if we can get any more of those rock sounds.
Oh, for sure, coming up to turn 12, Canada corner.
Are we doing another pace lap, or are you guys gonna force it through green here?
Well, do we have
got a few stragglers?
Okay.
Are we gonna do a rev it up?
I don't think the cameras are set up for this track. For that.
I really don't think that would. The only way that would work is if you went on board with somebody.
Yeah.
That's really the only way it would work. Hey, did I mention I don't have to go to work tomorrow?
You did.
Yeah, I love it. The old asshole just retired for the 2nd time. No more work tomorrow. I think I might go to the beach. I don't know what the weather's going to be. What can I do tomorrow? Well, so far, there really hasn't been much to say about this race. Certainly not much to drink about. You know, it's hard to do something like this. I mean, you need 3 guys on production just to get the cameras right. I mean, it's unreal here.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're behind. I'm glad you're the man behind the curtain and not me.
Yeah, really, I've just been staring at the live timing, trying to see if there's any close gaps, but when they're all spread out, it's kind of just trying to pick and choose people we haven't shown. I'll do a better job of that this second stage here.
Oh, you do fine, my friend. But why don't we do that for I crank it up? We go on board with Carlisle and just let him rip a lap.
Sure.
Or 2.
Look at some of the cars we have back in the 9th and 10th position. TK and Deitch. Hard to believe. You know, that's how difficult this track is. But he's doing what he needs to do. He's staying close towards the front. Just get as many points as he can after last night's finish. Now we had how many cars start last? How many drivers are here tonight? How many cars are not here from last night's race? Besides myself, but we knew that was going to happen. Trying to think.
I think we're missing about 5 people.
Yeah.
We should be coming to the choose count.
No.
Live with it. It's after the carousel.
The pace car lights are off though. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. was gonna say no. I don't want another lap.
Taking a look at Carlisle's car.
We'll go through the field real quick.
I'm curious when the last time he ate like a real hamburger was.
Who, Carlisle?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe like 10 years ago.
We're going to have to ask him. How much time do we have? I will have to say this. I did impress myself last night with my restarts. I had some pretty good restarts, and that is one of my weak points with these new cars. So I did practice a lot. I did a lot of AI racing just to try to get used to it, you know, and man, it helps. And I just, did I mention I had a blast last night?
Yeah. Yes, you did. And we're going to go green flag now. Pace car is off. And I'll try to do a quasi crank it up here.
It's going to get on the inside of Carlisle, and there really isn't much Carlisle can do. And as fast as Carlisle is, nobody's going to catch that 43 car tonight, I don't think.
Yeah, able to dice his way through both Mott and Stoltz there. And we saw Mott go into the wall there pretty hard. He's back to 11th spot now.
And look at Vasquez up to 4th spot. If he comes out of here with a top 5, that would be pretty impressive to a guy that just bought the track. We all know how much he was not looking forward to it. And he's running in 5th spot right now. Pretty impressive. Here's a battle right here. These two going side by side, Johnson and Wright. And Wright gets a little wobbly off the corner, and Johnson's going to say side by side as they come to the next corner. And the 37 is going to have the advantage going into the corner, but the 45 might be able to cross him over, and he's not going to be able to do it. Johnson's going to slide back into the 6th spot. Funny how you see some guys stay on the inside of that rumble strip, some guys go right over it.
Oh, see the 57 back there go off track. I believe that's Michael Deitch. Able to get that car back rolling. Also,
Another
back
car
there.
having issues. Yeah, and
Vasquez went off track.
yes.
So Hunt just locked it up going into 8.
Stoltz just starting to edge away just ever so slightly.
We are already 5 laps into the second stage, so 6 laps remaining. So we throw another caution here.
Man, Johnson just doing everything he can to try to get a line in on, try to get an edge on Joe in front of him. Here, all the chunks of dirt and everything bouncing off the bottom of Zach's car. Diving in the corner, and there it is right there. Zach's going to get him off corner, and he's going to gain a bunch of car lengths right here. Has a huge momentum run. But I think Zach is kind of just running it cool right now, just happy where he is. He'll get by Joe eventually, but he's not going to push the issue too much. As I say that, he dives it right in there. Make me a liar, Zach. It's okay. I don't mind. You're too tall to argue with coming out of the corner. Joe's going to get a little bit of an advantage, but the 45 is going to be able to get back on the throttle just as fast and catch up to him as we enter this corner. Zach takes a little more conservative line off the rumble strips. Not sure if the rumble strips really hurt your tires as much, but it does disrupt your car. On board now with the 22 car, Nick Vasquez, as he tries to go to the inside of the 45. It just isn't going to happen on that lap. You've seen Nick have a little bit of trouble off the corners, but right now he seems to be getting a good jump. Zach goes a little bit wide right there, allowing Nick to get almost side by side. Vasquez has to let him go. He's just setting him up right now. I think Vasquez is faster, but it's just so difficult to pass at this track.
As is any case with any road course.
Man, what a long sweeping corner that was.
Carousel.
And this really good. I love this shot because it really shows just how fast this section is, especially when you're trying to pass the car in front of you. Not very easy to do, especially on a computer screen. Vasquez able to close that gap right up. And it looks like Johnson was able to close that gap up a little bit too. So all three of these guys battling pretty hard right now. But out in front of them, just waving goodbye, is Carlisle. And then in front of Carlisle, believe it or not, is our leader.
And we saw a run in between the 22 and 48 earlier, as now we have TK driving up to the back of Vasquez as 45 gets out into the gravel there, slowing him down just a bit, forcing 22 to the inside here before the long middle stretch here. But these cars are starting to get a little bit bunched up, the 3 cars here.
That allowed TK to close in as well.
Yeah, Vasquez might be trying to put a move on Johnson here, coming down turn 5.
TK's hoping that these two take each other out, but right now he's right in the mix now. Patience, man, just needs to be patient. Needs to be patient. Just get up there, do what he's doing, stay steady. All he needs to do
into a mistake.
Yep. All he needs to do is get a decent finish. Doesn't have to win the race. If he finishes in the top 5, that is a victory. He said he hates road courses, so that when you're battling for a championship, that's what you need. He's not locked into the championship yet, but I really think it's coming soon. Oh, Although I will say, next time I talk to him, I will rub it in that I finished in front of him last night. So he did have an incident, and of course he was in front of me when it happened, and unfortunate for him, and ended up going a couple of laps down. You see the rocks bouncing off the hood of the car. You know, that's some serious detail. I've never noticed that before on iRacing.
Ooh. Sorry. Yeah, it looks like TK just kind of threw a big lunge there, but able to just slow it up.
Yep.
I mean, if it was last time, we probably would have seen him throw it in there and get some contact and try to beat him off the corner exit.
Here it is coming off the corner. Hear that rumble strip. Flying out. They pretty much have the same line right now. Not a bad thing. Tyler's up to 7th right now. He's in a great spot. Again, doesn't have to win tonight, just needs a decent finish. It's got to make up for last night. And even still, last night, it's not like you finished 35th or anything, so. Out in front of him, looking at the back of Vasquez's car. In front of Vasquez, you see Johnson.
Yep, I believe we have some lap traffic coming up for these guys, so...
No, it's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in front of them.
Oh, really? Okay. Looked like they were,
Yeah.
maybe bunched up just a tiny bit. Someone might have gone off, potentially. I don't know.
And believe it or not, we do have a leader.
We do. We'll go on
He
board
just
with,
has 11 seconds.
There he is.
go on board with Stoltz here.
He's just not even trying, just taking it nice and easy. He knows he's the guy to beat today. He's the king of the castle. All he has to do is finish. So he's just gonna do what he does. Just ride steady, ride consistent, and then just enjoy the scenery and finish this race. He's gonna have a really big points night. He knows he's the fastest guy on the track by far. So if somebody even does get close to him, all he has to do is just step on it a little bit, force that car behind him into an incident, and next thing you know, he's going to have another 20-second lead. I love his line, but did you hear how he's rolling into the throttle? He's not
Yep.
just stabbing it. He's just kind of... It's nice and steady. It's not that... What? It's just... What?
Yeah, make sure the tires are gripped up before he puts more
Yep.
power down.
It's the proverbial egg under the gas pedal.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping the momentum up, but he's not even close to the RPMs where he normally would be, so he's enjoying life right now. Behind him, the 81 is having some trouble with the 88.
Yeah.
The 88 starting to get real racy right now. Looking to the outside of Carlisle, but just couldn't get it done, and he's going to take off, and that's going to allow Joe Wright to catch up to make this a 3-car battle.
Got 2 different 3-car battles going on. I've been watching TK, Johnson, and Vasquez.
And that just in front of these 3. Carlisle, Ballinger, and Wright.
Yep,
A lot
so
of those rocks kicking up again.
we have these 3 in a tight battle. Then, as Ryan mentioned, we see the 88.
Oh,
Rather the 81 get a little bit wide on exit. They're allowing the 88 to go around him on the outside. So Bellinger will take the spot in second place from
Joe
Carlisle
Wright?
and Joe Wright will slide also past Carlisle there. Yeah, I mentioned we would check back in. 48 and 22 is still pretty tight here. Tyler Krozak doing a good job driving to the back of the 22.
Tyler doesn't seem to be crushing it too hard either. Doing what he can to stay up and be racy, but you can tell he's getting a little more careful as how much gas he puts on coming out of those corners. He doesn't want to spin again.
Yeah, and a big lunge there by 37.
Oh.
Getting loose, going underneath the 88 there. And he just had momentum all the way down the middle stretch, trying to throw the inside move on the 88, just not able to get it converted. So for now, Bellinger still holding on to that second place spot. But
Joe Wright seems like he's angry.
Is right there, yeah.
So Joe had a couple incidents last night that he was pretty angry at, so frustration carrying over to this race, I think. Feathering that through the corner there. Now, you heard how much higher his RPMs were compared to Stoltz when they were going through that corner. That's how you know Stoltz was just taking it easy.
Yep, absolutely. And coming to the line here, we'll be on our last lap of the stage.
And because these guys are battling so hard with each other, that allows that 43 car to just sail away. He's not even trying in his gap in the field. One guy I was really hoping to see tonight was Sheets.
Oh yeah, he said he might. Oh no, that was somebody else. I think that was Kalhoff that said that he might come back out, but don't see him.
Nah, Kalhoff isn't here.
Well, he doesn't need to be. He's won the last two races.
Yeah, yeah.
Good old Henry.
Joe Wright actually making the pass done here, getting a better exit down the middle stretch.
We should have made Sheets come up in the booth.
We'll take a look at that again. You see the 88 just get a little bit wide, not able to put the power down, allowing Joe Wright to drive past him on the inside there down the middle stretch. For now, Joe Wright reclaimed second position. We should see the caution flag fly any second now.
He's going through. They're coming to Kennedy corner right now.
Vasquez still trying to chase down that 45 to the very end here.
Yeah, and we did see the 48 in the mix with these two cars, but it seemed like he might have had an off-track incident backing him up just a bit. The caution will be coming out here shortly, so he should be able to
there it is. Caution is out.
Reset there. Yep, caution's out. So stage 2 is concluded. Stoltz coming across the line as the winner of this second stage here. So just one third and final stage yet to come. But so far, it's been the Stoltz show.
Well, he did say it. He was the only one looking forward to this race last night. I think we ought to make Stoltz only be able to take fuel. He can only take fuel, can't take tires. Maybe that'll slow him down enough. He won the pole. Won stage 1. Was won stage 2. He's going to have a perfect night. A lot of bonus points. He's locked in, but still those bonus points go towards the championship week. It doesn't, or it goes for the championship.
Yeah, the playoff points if
Well,
winning
play-
stages. Yeah.
Now, how many laps can these guys make on a tank of fuel?
I have no idea.
Are we going to see green flag stops?
I don't think we'll see green flag stop though. I don't know. We can ask someone.
I got a question from Tyler for you, Bill.
All right, buddy, be gentle.
How do you feel about the Devers trade from Boston to wherever he went? I can't remember.
How do I think of the what?
The Rafael Devers trade.
Oh, yeah. I got to be honest with you. Yeah, not a big baseball fan. I know I used to be back in the day, but when they started putting in all these different rules that they have, it just ruined it for me. So I don't have an opinion on it, but I do know it's caused a lot of ruckus. So a lot of people are not happy with it and a little shocked by it. So this guy that's coming to Boston, he has some big shoes to fill with the fans. So I hope he's on point. We'll see what happens. And the funny thing, I'm from Boston. My team is the Red Sox, but my name is Billy Martin, which is the name of one of the most famous Yankees in Yankees history. So it's a blessing and a curse because I can root for both teams and have an excuse for it.
Yeah.
Couple of cars coming into the pits.
Oh.
Stoltz stays out. Oh no, he did.
So he's
Stoltz in. Yeah, he stayed out
Yeah,
last.
no, he did.
Last
Yeah,
time.
no, he
so.
came in.
I think the only one you'll see stay out is mine. He was flipping the stage.
Corey flipped the stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's really not a bad idea if you're in the back of the pit in the last lap. They're not going to come around and catch you. And then when everybody comes in pit, all you have to do is stay out, and you're going to gain a whole bunch with brand new tires and everything.
Because all you really got to do is just, when you flip the stage, just take your time when you come back out. Don't push yourself. Save your tires.
Yep.
And save your gas at that.
There goes Joe Wright, Mr. Vasquez, Johnson, Carlisle, Gill, Hunt, TK, Mr. Deitch, Lisby, Jonathan Ledger, Joe Gibbons, Corey Mott have decided to retire. Can't say I blame him. Was that the 88 mowing the lawn? Certainly is. I'm sure the 45 is laughing right now. There's the Pepsi machine and Mr. Hunt. '66 we saw Ray Gill. There's Stoltz.
I'm back. What if Corey Rex Stoltz here? That'd be crazy, right?
Yeah, it would be.
Oh, wow. Talk about a jinx. Talk about a jinx. I can hear Corey yelling, "Why did he say that?" Oh, man.
How we doing in the chat? We got a lot of baseball chatter going on.
Everybody yelling at me for not being a Sox fan.
Krozak said Yankees on top. Bill and Hayden saying go Dodgers.
Fuck the Yankees.
Wasn't there like, didn't they throw a bunch of stuff at an outfielder yesterday?
I have no idea.
I thought I saw something on Twitter about that. Like they were playing the Sox, and then someone, I think it was a right fielder, was getting a bunch of beer cans and stuff thrown at him. And they were at Yankee Stadium.
Huh. Oh, that's why I don't watch baseball.
I did see a video of people throwing shit on the field, but I don't know what game it was.
Typical Northerners. Ooh.
Yeah, I
You
was too busy. I was too busy racing to ninth spot last night.
Hayden's just gonna
Oh,
lump
boy.
all Northerners together. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. Just remember what happened last time. Oh boy. All right. 17 laps to go. By the time we go green, it'll be 16.
Oh my gosh, one more lap. Ugh.
No, it's around the base car.
This is worse than
So what is
pacing
it?
around Pocono.
Yeah, it is.
That it is.
Pocono is like 2 minutes, 14 seconds or something, or 2 minutes.
Yeah, thereabouts.
What is this track? It's got to be fairly close to that.
3 minutes 45, or 3 minutes 55 rather.
Oh man.
We had 355.
Painful.
We did get called out by Vasquez Fan 22 for stirring the pot earlier. But look, we're watching the same race as you are. We're just watching what's going on and reporting on it. I don't think we're stirring up anything.
Crap. I didn't stir the pot. I did not stir the pot. I don't think I did. Did I stir the pot?
I think that was when Vasquez got into the back at Krozak at Canada.
Well, I hate
I
it.
think-
Fuck the Dodgers.
I think you were stirring the pot. I didn't think that he did it on purpose. I'm just saying. I'm the neutral guy.
Oh, so we actually have. So in voice chat, TK said he was murdered by Nick. So there was. So TK did feel like he was wronged. That's good information to know for this last stage here.
Was he murdered by that? Was he being serious or was he just joking around? Because who knows?
I don't think he was joking.
Well, I will say this. Vasquez has had some trouble entering corners. He's had trouble entering that exact corner where that happened, just like everybody else has. So he probably did give him the boot there, but honestly, I don't think it was intentional. Another 35 minutes, we'll be going green.
Pretty much.
Hey, Ryan, I dare you to prank the field and go on there and tell them we're going to go one more lap on the yes.
I mean, to be fair, I should add a lap so Deitch and Legger can catch up. Legger's almost caught up.
Oh.
Took me a second to pull this up, but there is a philosophical principle called Hanlon's razor. Never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by incompetence. All right, pace car is off. We are about to start our third and final stage here. Corey Mott in charge of the field. Green flag in the air. And Corey Mott out to a good start. Half a second lead over this field. Is he going to run away? Bellinger into... Who is that? Stoltz there. Bellinger and Stoltz into the gravel, still banging each other. Ayo. They are rolling again, coming down the turn 1 hill. And that is going to be a hill to climb for the 43. Bad way to start this this third and final stage. I thought Knott was going to be the one to take him out, but Bellinger just getting into Stoltz there on the entry. We'll go back and take a look at that.
If anybody can catch up to the front and do it in 16 laps, it's Stoltz.
Oh yeah, totally.
Wow. Now, it looked like Ballinger. I only saw this quickly. I don't know if Ballinger was trying to get back into line and get into Stoltz, or he's on the outside here.
He just locked it up and the car just kept straight.
Yeah, it went straight. That's what it was. Yeah, man. Yeah, and you know Ballinger feels bad about that.
Yep.
That just sucks. That sucks for the both of them.
Let me guess, that was Nick's fault. Let's go back and take a look at the 22. It could have been Nick's fault, yes. Oh man, that's funny.
Who's the haters? Who's the hater on Nick?
No, Nick's mom, Let's Go 22 was saying we're gonna blame that on Nick too. But Corey Mott enjoying a brief lead here, half a second over Joe Wright. We have a race on our hands now that Stoltz is briefly out of the picture.
Nobody stuck up for me when Ryan took me out in the truck race a couple of weeks ago.
Hey, you took me out.
Coming down the front stretch here, 37 trying to step a pass, going on the outside of Mott here. Mott still lingering on the inside, defending that bottom lane there. And if Wright can put the power down, he'll have a run
bulldozer
down the hill. He has an inside run on the 77. Can he get the car slowed up and power down to gain some speed down this middle stretch? He's able to get it done. So Joe Wright into the lead.
Man.
Corey Mott left in his wake there.
Wow, come on, jumping Joe. I would love.
Imagine, man.
I would love
15 laps to go. That is
right.
A lot of time for the hot Stoltz to try to work his way back up through this field, but
and Stoltz is already moving his way forward. Can Wright check out here, and he's already starting to ditch Corey Mott, so
looks like Bez has just shoved Johnson into 6.
TK up to 5th spot right now. What a great spot for him to be in at the end of this race. Great points tonight. This is exactly what he needed.
Yep, and you see the battle between the 45 and 22. 22 has some damage on that front end. You see the nose caved in there. I feel like we've seen a lot of that this season. 22 front nose damage.
No, TK, settle down. I know what you might be
is
thinking.
Also there, yeah. We saw these guys battling, these three battling in the last stage.
Yeah, TK just. I don't think he will do anything. I think he's down and he's just gonna let things be. You watch.
Mott going wide. He's gonna check up the 45 just a bit. so it's still able to get off cleanly.
I think TK might be waiting to see if these guys in front of him take each other out.
Mott into the grass.
Yeah, see, that's what he's waiting for. These guys to make mistakes like that and to pick off spots one by one. Especially when you see how hard these guys are fighting in front of him. We saw what happened with Ballinger and Stoltz.
And Joe Wright out to a 3-second lead now. Spongy yay or Spongy ahoy.
Oh.
What's up,
And
man?
there goes
How you doing?
TK. TK getting another spot around Mott. So he's up to 4th spot right now.
Yeah, Mott's struggling on this 3rd stage here, just running wide a couple corners.
But look at the guys up front. The guys that said they didn't want to.
Oh, Vasquez sending on the inside
Hey,
the
it
45.
is-
45 did
wow.
run wide there, so that did open the door for Vasquez. 22 doing a great job taking advantage of the mistake. 22 makes his own
Nick,
mistake,
no,
able to get it locked up though,
Oh,
and the car is
man.
still rolling. Great save by the 22, but the 45 is there.
Come on, boys. I swear, he's trying to kill me.
These guys are
He's
all
trying to
stacked
push
up
my
now.
heart. He's trying to
And
push my
Carlisle
heart
has
over the edge.
Driven to the back of Mott here, so he has been fast, mostly in 2nd place this race, but he is now up in this gaggle of cars now. Positions 2 through 5, rather 6, all racing each other hard.
With all this racing going on, it's just letting Joe just drive away.
Yep, Joe up to a
Yep.
6-second lead now. Checking back, Stoltz just made the pass on Ray Gill, so he's back up to 7th position after falling back a handful of spots there on the restart.
Yeah, if Stoltz gets clean track in front of him, if Stoltz makes it to Vasquez and gets clean track in front of him, I don't care how far away Joe Wright is. He better be ripping some laps because we've seen he had a 23-second lead. So he can, and that was in a lot less time than 10 laps. So
Stoltz definitely the fastest car tonight, put in the most practice, 100%, class of the field.
well,
If Joe Wright
this is
comes
Looking to the
across,
inside of Carlisle.
if Joe Wright comes across first tonight, I'll be going crazy.
this is the story we needed for this race. We knew this race wasn't going to be very exciting just because of the type of race it is. And now with 13 laps to go, we've got a couple of things to cheer for. We got the guy who's dominated the entire race,
Yep.
trying to work his way through the field, and he's making it incredibly entertaining. Then we have the hometown hero out front of this thing, stretching his lead. So, see, Stoltz makes another move past Mott again, so
He just passed Carlisle
not past
there on
Mott,
the inside
yeah,
of
past
Mott
Carlisle.
now. So passing
Now
two
he's
corners
getting
and one,
past
or
Carlisle.
2 cars and 1 corner here. Ooh, Mott
Oh man!
into Stoltz actually gets turned there. Mott definitely did not leave much space, kind of squeezed him a tiny bit, costing
Yeah.
him though. Car went around
Yeah.
there, and he's gonna have to get that thing back rolling now. But Stoltz up to P5, just
Corey,
behind
out of
Kralsek now.
all the cars for that to happen to, the one everybody's watching up the front. Oh boy! Well, now Tyler is up to 4th position. What a great run! Championship run out of him.
Yep, and Stoltz has not won a race either, so he's trying to think if he's in on points. I'll double check in just a second, but obviously a win would lock him into the playoffs. He was really circling this this race tonight here at Road America as one that he really needs to get done, as you see him almost run a bit wide, able to make the pass on TK through Canada corner there. And now he's up to P4. Next car to work around is Zach Johnson.
Yep. Not much Tyler can do, but let him by.
Something must happen to Joe because he did have a 7-second lead. Now it's down to 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
yeah.
Oh man, he must have had a little off or something. And
Yeah, so
man, 12 laps to go. Hopefully he can start building up that lead again. And you see these guys here battling close.
Stoltz is
And-
4th place in points, so he, he could get locked in the playoffs just off points alone. So has done performed well enough to be in the top drivers in the standings. So
I thought
should
Stoltz
be
won a
okay.
race already.
no, he hasn't won a
No.
race yet. Nope, he's got 3rd and 2nd.
Wow. Oh
But-
man.
Someone
Well,
that would
he's
really
about-
enjoy a win tonight, though, is that Joe Wright car. He's 19th in points currently, so really needs a win tonight, though. That mistake that really cost him a lot of his time there.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for him, he's got a great white shark behind him in the name of Josh Stoltz, and he's hunting down a donut because you got by far the fastest guy on the track, and Joe only has 3 seconds lead with 12 laps to go, and it's not going to take long. However, he is going to get a solid 2nd place finish if he keeps doing what he's doing. Already you see Stoltz working down that lead. Already now is in sight of Joe Wright. Poor
Oh,
Joe.
Joe Wright
Oh,
goes
no.
off.
Oh, Joe
Just-
was looking in his rearview mirror, and you know that's all it took right there. And there you go, Josh Stoltz.
Back up to the front for Stoltz.
Did you just hear that sigh of relief by Josh Stoltz? Yeah, well, you know what? He made it interesting. He really did make it interesting, and he did it in what, 7 laps. So now he's just going to run away. He's probably going to get out, if I was him, to about a 5-6 second lead, and just start chilling. You see those brakes are glowing. That's what I wouldn't want. You know, just get out far enough where he can take care of his equipment and just walk away. There's the 45 of Johnson trying to catch up to the back of Vasquez. Behind him is Carlisle. Noah Hunt's been able to work his way back up into 7th spot, the 35 Pepsi machine.
Yep, Noah Hunt back up to 7.
Yeah.
A lot of space in front of him, behind him, so he's kind of just
Yep.
running his own race right now.
Great points night for him, and you know he ought to be happy to be where he is. No pressure from either way. If somebody goes off the track, he's going to be able to catch him, and then he can deal with it. But he's got that clean air in front of him, clean track. He can drive whatever line he wants. In this battle up front, Carlisle going on the outside of the 45 of Johnson and unable to get it done. It was that Johnson getting underneath of Carlisle.
That was Carlisle going to the outside, inside, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, so it looks like what happened was Nick went off track and Zach passed Nick, but then Nick passed Zach back. But that did allow Carlisle to kind of get pulled up into the two of them.
Right now, Joe Wright has about 2-3 second lead or so over the boys behind him. And Stoltz is starting to check out a little bit. But all he needs to do is just keep in contact if he can and just stay away from the cars behind him. As you see, woo, Carlisle got real close there. Able to keep it off. Carlisle diving into the corner, nice and easy right there. Stoltz not really checking out that much on right. He's only out to about a second lead.
Yeah, Stoltz did run the faster lap between the two, but only by 4/10 that time. So, right, doing a good job of sticking with him for now.
Well, I don't know if... Oh,
Ooh,
right there you see Carlisle locking it up.
yeah, and TK looking on the
That's
inside of
gonna
Carlisle
low.
now. He's going to try to
Yeah,
get past Dunn
oh.
on the inside, coming up this hill. Car is very light. You have to be very gentle on the inputs here. We have Ledger
nice.
off the track there, staying out of the way of these leaders. But TK
Nice move by
sliding
TK.
up into the 5th spot, top 5 for the 48 car.
What a great run this is turning out to be for that 48 car. Bounce back after last night. By far one of the most difficult tracks that these guys are going to race on all year long. Whoa. Who was that just went way wide? Was that?
That was, yeah, TK
Yeah,
and Carlisle.
that's a TK there, yeah.
Ooh, Vasquez going a little bit wide, still able to keep
Wide
it
there.
on the hard stuff.
Johnson able to get back on the gas earlier and close that gap in just a little bit. Johnson, another one of those guys that I don't think he was too happy about coming to this track, but he's having a great night. And what a battle this is turning out to be for these three. Really, these four. Carlisle looking on the inside of Johnson. I'm sorry,
TK.
TK looking on the inside of Johnson. That would be Mr. Ballinger.
Yep,
There's
sorry, didn't mean
Johnson
to do
there. Yes, he did. Gotta mess us all up. Ooh, these guys are still ripping off some great times.
Carlisle running a little bit wide here to try to get a run off this corner. See a lot of passes done coming up under this Corvette sign here.
I have a feeling Corey Mott is going to make me buy this track for that IndyCar series. Not looking forward to it. Stoltz is now checked out.
Yep. Yep.
But Joe Wright as well has checked out on 3rd spot. So Vasquez has his hands full with Johnson, TK, and Carlisle. And Joe Wright is just going to cruise his way to a nice 2nd place finish. Huge point night for him. And he had a tough night last night as well. Vasquez going through that very difficult corner. Coming around the sweeping corner, I believe to the downhill or to the uphill.
Going uphill.
Yeah.
Uphill
So
to the
many-
line.
This is definitely the battle on the track. Vasquez, Johnson, TK, and Carlisle. Stoltz is gone, checked out again. Although Wright has actually closed in a little bit. Stoltz was out about 5.5 seconds, and now it's down to about 4.3 seconds. So, not sure what happened to Stoltz. Gonna have to keep an eye on that right now. Vasquez right now,
Looks like
nice and
Stoltz
healthy.
might have had a little bit of a mistake coming to Kennedy corner last lap. Just goes a little bit wide.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yep. Well, we'll do it to you.
Able to keep that
That-
car. collected,
Yeah,
but
that means it's pushing it too hard. Just tone it down just a little bit. Johnson all over the back of Vasquez still. These two cars are kind of separated from the other two, a little bit of gap there. So two great battles.
TK almost lost it coming out of 5.
Just hang on to it. 8 laps to go. Still plenty of time for these guys to catch up. Anything can happen. 8 laps at this track is a long time.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Come through this little S corner here. I was just about to say it looks like Vasquez kind of toned it down a little bit, and then he got sideways coming off the corner, so I guess not. Stiltz now built that lead just over 5 seconds over Joe Wright. TK battling with Carlisle right now. Oh, you see the 45 and Johnson get a little squirrely right there.
A little bit of wheel hop.
Yeah, that allowed TK to close in just a little bit. What is the temperature right now? Not the track temp, but just the ambient temperature.
86.
Yeah, so not much cool air going into the front of these race cars.
Now.
A little cooler air, a little cooler. The engines like it. A little
getting
more
a good run
horsepower.
here.
Wow, can he get him? Oh, a little bit of a
22
block there
block.
by the 22.
22 can compromise his exit there, though, able to get the power down well.
No. Great job by the 22 to keep that position. Johnson gets a huge run as the 22, but man,
Vasquez just going a little bit wide there. Have to really keep your momentum coming down this backstretch.
yeah, the 45 is really going after him right now. Pushing that
there
22
he
real
goes.
hard.
There's
That's
one
the
for 40,
inside.
45.
Can he do
Lunging
it?
on the
Coming around this
inside here,
corner.
22 outside him, and 45 is going to be able to complete the pass here, coming through the S's. Krozak up to the bumper of Vasquez now.
The 22 got a great launch off that corner, even though he was side by side with the 45, and that's why he was able to stay in front of TK. Great driving by both of those drivers, and
Vasquez
one of the
looking
most
for it back now,
difficult.
too.
one of the most difficult parts of the track. And here he comes, and he's going to get him coming into the corner. It's one thing to catch him; it's harder to pass him.
Oh, 22 a little bit loose on entry there.
Hold on.
Gets his squirrely, and he's still trying to fight that race car for some grip. Able to get it collected and slide back in line in front of TK and Carlisle.
Yeah, more
Oh, now
importantly,
Johnson around. Johnson is around there,
Johnson.
coming down the hill, just loaded up those tires a little bit too much, and the rear end flew out on him. Unfortunate there,
That
because
was-
Johnson working so hard to get around the 22 Vasquez for several laps. So after making that pass, just making a quick mistake, costing him 3 spots.
No, Vasquez needs to just calm down and hit his mark. Same thing with the rest of these guys behind him. Everybody just saw that happen. They know how lucky they are. Just relax for a lap. There's plenty of time to battle. These guys should cool down their tires. They've got plenty of time. I don't think they're listening.
Now. They're definitely not listening.
Nope. And Josh Stoltz is just having a good time out front.
They have about
You'd have
9-second lead for him now.
Vasquez, the guy who didn't even want to be here tonight.
Yep, claiming that third position on the podium now. Still has 5 laps to go here. Has to fight off the charge of the 48. The 48 locking it up there just a bit. Can he get a good run off onto the front stretch here?
I love the lap times these guys are turning. Vasquez seemed to be pulling away just a little bit. Joe Wright is in heaven right now. He's not going to catch Stoltz, but he has about a 20-minute time period between him and Vasquez. So he can coast right now and just not even try to push it. Just keep a steady lap going. Carlisle still trying everything he can do to get past TK. TK running a great lap and a great race right now. Keeping his line normal, hitting his marks, coming off nice and smooth. Not getting on the power too hard, too early, and he's been keeping that thing straight, which is kind of hard to do when you only have 5 laps to go. These guys have been going on these tires for a while now. Okay, what's so funny? I can hear it.
Oh, Joe asked me to tell Legger thanks for letting him by.
Oh,
Yeah, and I just told Wright stay focused and catch Stoltz.
there you go, Joe Wright. He's so frustrated after last night's race. Now with an 11-second lead over Nick Vasquez.
We
As
do
they're coming
have
up on
some
Legger.
lap traffic coming. See, it's going to force Nick down below through that corner there. Going to allow the 48 to have a run on the 22 down the front stretch here. But Vasquez actually able still to maintain a decent gap on Krausak.
What sportsmanship out of John Ledger, just getting so far out of the way there.
I don't understand, man. Like, they're leaving space there on the track to widen that corner there and carry more speed, but I haven't ran any laps here, so I probably don't know what's best. It
It's
seems
been
like
so long since I've ran laps here.
they're just not getting to the edge of the track to open up that corner as much as they can, but
It probably depends on their setup.
ooh,
Whoa, smoke coming out of
Huge
somebody
lockup
there.
from DK.
yep, big lock up there by the 48. Still able to get it slowed up.
See everybody's tires, just those brake roads glowing red.
Something you
Vasquez
rarely
big
see.
slip, big moment there for the 22, getting very loose there.
But not enough for DK to get around him.
That's something you rarely see at road courses. Them brakes glowing bright red.
Yep. Oh, Carlisle getting off. That's going to allow TK to get a little bit further away. Now I know somebody said something earlier about payback for TK or whatever. If he wanted to pay him back, there's about 10 times in the last 3 laps that he could have taken Nick Vasquez into next Tuesday. But he didn't. So I think it's pretty much squashed. These guys, if there's any more contact between them, I don't think it's intentional. It's purely just racing. Stoltz now with a 17.5-second lead. After being spun at the beginning of this, going all the way back to what? I think it was in 10th spot or 11th spot.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, and then came back in 7 laps, came through the field to the lead, and
Took the
now
lead
has
and never looked back.
Yep. Vasquez will get a little bit of a hop there getting into that corner. 3 laps to go. Carlisle, I think, is just hoping for a big mistake from these cars in front of him.
If TK's hoping for a mistake from Vasquez, well, Carlisle's hoping for a mistake from both of them.
Yeah.
Then you got Johnson that's a little bit farther back that's hoping for a mistake from all three.
Yeah, I don't think if anybody's going to benefit from a mistake, it's going to be Carlisle. And right
Yeah,
there,
there's a
and
mistake.
there's one of the mistakes, and it's going to allow Carlisle to get by TK.
No?
But there's a mistake
Carlisle
by
won't
Carlisle,
allow.
which is going to allow. So, welcome to Road America, and this race is taking place of what would have been Mexico City.
Yeah.
So we can call this Road America. TK making through that corner nice, and on the wider side of that one, trying to get a great momentum run to try to catch back up to 22.
It looked like he was trying to dive in that corner.
Yeah, Vasquez kind of knows he's got a nice gap in between him. He needs to run just a steady lap to get out of this thing with the 3rd place finish.
But they are catching up to Joe.
Now, I'm not used to seeing Joe Wright run 2nd place unless he goes across the start-finish line sideways. He's done that twice now. Almost won the race, but both times he was sideways.
Got 2 laps to go.
7-second lead now from Joe Wright to Nick Vasquez. Let's go up to see Joe Wright. Let's see where Joe Wright is. There he is. Can
That's
tell
about-
he's not pushing it.
20-second lead on Nick. 28-second lead on
10-second lead.
Oh, sorry, 10-second
About
lead on
almost a 10-second lead.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, Carlisle trying to make a move on TK.
Yeah, we saw Krosek a little bit wide there. Slowing his momentum down the middle stretch. Now Carlisle's able to pull on the inside here, making a pass on the 48.
Yeah, it's looking like DK's tires are getting ready to be shot because he keeps sliding in out of that corner.
There it is. Yeah, he's starting to struggle, but hey, 5th place finish for him today is a great comeback after last night. Oh, it's Carlisle off the exit of that rumble strip. There's a nice little dip, and he hit it, and it upset his car right there. He almost looped it.
Wow.
I'm sure that rattled his teeth right there. Whew. And no, hang on to it, TK.
He's pushing
all right.
it. TK's pushing it hard now to try to catch back up to him.
Yeah, but now he's allowing Johnson to catch up to him, and Johnson sees an opportunity, and now Johnson is full of fire. Full of fire and maybe, I don't know, fireball or
tea.
something. Because all of a sudden, the 45 is all over the back of the 48 trying to catch him. Final lap, he's hoping for another mistake.
Oh,
But what he doesn't want to do is make a mistake himself.
oh, TK
And
off
that's
there.
what, yes, that's what he needed. And there it is. So Johnson benefits.
Now Carlisle pushing hard to get up to Vasquez here. 1 lap left. Still quite a bit of distance to cover. But about a little bit less than a second gap between these two.
Carlisle just, again, all he can wish for is a mistake at this point. Brakes are hot. You never know what's going to happen. On this big sweeping left-hand corner. A lot of cars struggling going off into that dirt area. Now we've seen Nick get loose in that corner, I think 2 or 3 times today.
And TK just came over the radio saying his left front is gone.
Ooh.
Yeah, and
runs
there's
wide there,
Carlisle's.
just pushing it as hard as he can.
Yeah, that's gonna
Vasquez to pull up a little bit further now.
Get some breathing room there for Vasquez. He loves seeing that. He didn't want to push it any more than what he was doing, and now he can take a little breather. Great run off the corner there. This section of the track right there where Vasquez was the site of one of the most violent IndyCar crashes I've ever seen.
And Stoltz across the line for the win here at Road America. You
Wow.
heard him yesterday talk about how excited he was for this race. Had it circled on the calendar. Had a little bit of adversity there at the start of that third stage with Bellinger getting into his door, running him off the track. Wasn't on purpose, just a lockup, but he had to fight back from that numerous spots back. So good job by Stoltz. And Joe Wright finishing P2.
Great finish for Joe Wright. Nick Vasquez somehow manages third. The guy who hated this track, didn't want to come to this track, still managed the podium. Carlisle, Johnson, TK, Hunt, Gill, Bellinger. Great run for TK after last night's race, 6th spot. Great job. Great run for him on a road course. Johnson, too, a great run for him bouncing back.
Oh, we had Joe Wright doing donuts there.
Yeah, I can't blame him. Heck, I did a donut last night, and I was only in 9th spot. And normally we would be running commercials right now because we have about 35 minutes before he makes it back around.
All right, well, we'll get our post-race interviews started here. The first up will be Nick Vasquez. Pull him up into the booth. Where is he? There he is. Mr. Vasquez, here in the booth. You got us?
I gotcha. What's up?
Hey, so we all knew how thrilled and excited you were to come here to Road America. So it wasn't with much surprise we saw you come across on the podium. What did it take to get it done? And like, how did the car feel out there? Was it fun, or what was it like out there?
Well, I'm glad you're surprised because I mean I am too. I literally have not touched this track ever. I bought it 30 minutes before we were gonna qualify, And I watched one YouTube video of a hot lap, and I said, all right, we're gonna go in and do it. And those 30 minutes of practice, I just went in and found the braking zones, and then we went out there, qualified. So honestly, I think we had pretty good speed. I'm just as shocked as you are that I even finished third. Like, I'm not good at road courses. I literally told everybody who's like watching, I was like, don't expect much. Like, I suck at road courses. Like, this is just skip this
Yep.
week, basically. I was like, don't fucking watch, because I knew I was gonna do bad. But maybe I'm just being too hard on myself, because I never took myself as the kind of guy to actually, beat some of these front runners like Carlisle and Zach and Tyler and everybody. And apparently I'm a road guy now. I don't know. I went out there and got a third, so we'll take it. That's a good points day.
Absolutely, man. I'm proud of you. I mean, great run. And I said it the whole entire race. This is the kid that didn't want to be here. He didn't even have the racetrack. So, I mean, you can't ask for anything better. I mean, you could, but with the way you were coming to this track, you never expected to be in third place. Huge points night for you.
Yeah, I think this really shows how well-rounded Palmetto is as a team, that we can come in and adapt to these new tracks and this new situation that we're thrown in. So big shout out to the team. They gave us a really good setup. Corey built the setup. So Corey gave a really good setup. I was really happy with it. Just really well-rounded and a good day. So can't complain.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Congratulations, buddy. You guys have anything else for him?
No, I mean, so like, what was the fall off like? Were the tires wearing with the new tire model, or how did that feel?
Let me tell you right now, because I'm still in the car. So 80s all the way around right now.
Okay.
And that was what, like a 20 something lap run. During the other stages, it was around the same, around the 80s and 70s, like high 70s.
Uh-huh.
In terms of like feeling the fall off, I didn't personally feel like it was a big difference. I think it's kind of hard for me to give my take on it, because again, I've never done this track, and whenever we first started doing the laps, like in stage 1 and 2, I was kind of taking it easy, and I wasn't, getting like, I'm trying to word this correctly. I wasn't hitting the zones to be fast.
Mhm.
So I was running like 220s and 18s and everything. And then
Gotcha.
towards the end there, I was hitting 15s and 16s, and I think even lower than that. So in terms of fall off, I didn't feel like it really mattered. I mean, Corey held off a lot of like for a long time there on old tires and whatnot. So maybe somebody that has ran this track can give you a better take, but that's my take of what it was like.
No, that was a good description. Well, next week on Tuesday, we'll have Pocono. Probably the second longest pace laps to this track. We'll see all season. But how are you feeling about that track?
I'm sure you of all people know what happened last year at Pocono.
I have a short memory. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was maybe Chicago will bring it back, but I was suspended from Pocono last year, so I didn't run any laps. I don't know what the setup's gonna do. Yeah.
I
so
didn't do that
I
on
don't know.
purpose. Sorry. Yeah.
No, you're good. I don't know how it's gonna run. Corey did some A opens with the setup that we've got.
Uh-huh.
He said that it's very, very different from like the setups before this update.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll have to just test it myself, and we'll see how we do. But I feel like every week we're running up there and doing good. So I think that's another track we can adapt to and do good at. So I'm
Yeah.
feeling pretty good that we can come out there with a good points day as well.
Yeah, I think Pocono was a track where Mike Burnett disappeared too. So a lot of rough memories from that track. So we'll have to see
Yes,
how it
indeed.
goes next Tuesday. But great job running up front tonight. We were pretty much on your little group there most of the time, just because you guys were the only ones really battling on the track. The other guys were so spread out, but a lot of entertaining.
Yeah, it was fun.
A lot
Very
of
fun
entertaining
racing.
passes and runs. But yeah.
Okay, well, thank you to everybody watching. My girlfriend, my mom, my stepdad. I think my brother was watching this one, so thank you to everybody watching. And we'll be back next week, hopefully in Victory Lane.
All right, man. Well, you have a good rest of your week and good evening. You have a good one.
Thank you. You too. Have a good one.
That was Nick Vasquez, driver of the 22 car, coming home P3 tonight after really, I mean, he didn't have the best mindset coming in, buying the track 30 minutes before the race started. So, really great run by him tonight to come home P3. Next up, sorry, go ahead, Bill.
Last year, Nick Vasquez, people were saying, well, he's only a super speedway guy. And then this year he's been good on the super speedways. He's been good on the short tracks. He's been good on the mile and a halfers. Now he's in third place on a road course. So starting to see it all come together for that 22 team.
Yep, and I know Corey Mott has been really trying to pump out those setups for those guys, doing a lot of work to build something that they can run and win in. So, good job by the whole team just to have a collective effort and show up each race and have good results. But next up, we have Joe Right Turn coming into the booth here. Let me pull him down. Mr. Joe Right Turn, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you guys. What's going down?
Hey man,
Oh,
so what we were so pumped up there. I mean, like probably for all the wrong reasons, but Bellinger got into Stoltz there, ran him off the track, just got a lockup. And when you went out front, we were thinking of all the things, like if Joe Wright can win this race, he's in the playoffs.
Oh man,
what a crazy
So-
story this is.
So I'll be honest with you. As those laps was ticking down, my crew chief came over and said, "Hey, Stoltz just ran. through- I don't want to tell you because it's going to shatter your dreams." And I
Yeah.
said, "What do you mean?" He said he ran a 2:11,
Uh-huh.
and that was right when I was breaking into Canada.
Yeah.
When it over. So if you look back a few laps, I went sideways into there.
Uh,
He told me a 2:11, and I knew I had nothing for him.
yeah.
It was gonna be a matter of time. and
incredibly
I was
good.
very-
He was
Very
running
similar to the
he was running
Iranian
fast
Air
before
Force.
that whole incident, and he was pretty pissed off after that. So that always adds a couple of tenths to your lap time, or takes it away rather.
Yeah. And
But-
I heard that during the broadcast. Just to clarify the air, I was not driving mad, sir. I was just driving.
Yeah, I forget exactly when that was, but I mean, you seemed like a lot of guys, like the way it was going, it was the faster guy would either go wide or spin or something, and then the slower guy would pass him, and then the faster guy would have to get back around the slower guy. Those were most of the battles we saw as the race went on. But
Yeah.
good job.
Kinda,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, good job coming home P2. What were you gonna say?
Thank you. Oh no, I was gonna say I kind of feel bad for Mr. Corey Mott because I did kind of put a little bit of a rudimentary move on him going into 1 and 2.
Oh, that's okay.
You know, kind of just feinted to the inside, made him compromise his line, and just took my turn normally and left him a sitting duck. the rest
Yo,
of the
I
field.
mean,
apologize
hey,
for that.
you came home P2 tonight, so hey, like that's a big points night for you. We're all
Huge.
happy for you, Joe, and we're glad that you
Definitely,
finished
man.
on podium tonight. So looking
Yeah.
ahead, I mean, are you gonna try to carry this momentum into Pocono, or how are you feeling about that track?
There's a hope. There's a hope. Done some testing at Pocono earlier on in the week before today's race, and because I was already confident about Road America, I'm comfortable here,
Mm,
and the car feels decent. Can't really complain. My biggest issue is I just got to stay out of trouble. As y'all know, if I stay out of trouble, I surprisingly have a good race.
yep.
9 times out of 10, I get caught up in somebody else's BS early on. It
Yeah.
costs me.
Yeah. Yep. I mean
So-
that's the truth. Yep. Have to make it to the end and have the car in one piece to have good results. So Joe Right Turn. I literally just made that up now as I pulled you in the channel. Are you like a road course guy, like looking ahead to Chicago Street Course, Sonoma? Are you circling those days?
Yes and no. I know there'll be big points hauls for me as long as everything goes well.
Okay.
I did take part in the 24 Hours of Le Mans over the
Oh,
weekend.
okay.
And my
All
team
right.
Ooh.
I've
my
heard of
team
that
finished
track.
P5. Yeah, we finished P5 in our Ford Mustang. And a few weeks ago, I also did a road course, 24 Hours at the Nürburgring, and my team also finished P5 and
Hey,
we did
okay.
W. That
So
one.
you've been turning right
So,
a lot.
I guess you could say it's kind of my calling. It's what I originally started wanting to do racing with, and
Hmm.
the oval is just more of a new challenge, if you could say, because like I said, I feel pretty confident and able to hop into any car and get around and do okay. As you can see today, I no incidences, and I was able to spin this thing around for second place. I had nothing for Stoltz though. I'm sorry, this is his home track. Apparently,
Nobody did, yeah.
yeah, apparently my crew chief told me when he checked in with timing and scoring, there's a picture of a young Josh Stoltz, I think 8 or 12 or something, in timing and scoring with the guys. So I think he's been here for quite some time.
Yeah. Yeah. And who is your spotter? Give him a shout out.
Oh my man, I didn't. To be honest with you, it was just the CPU. Took me 1,000 with you.
Your crew chief. Who was
my
the
crew
man behind
chief?
the curtain?
With you. I used the Indy Road course and figured some things out. So it's kind of a one-man crew right now. The team is loosely running the best they can do with the best we can have. There's no coordination. Things are falling apart, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll make it the best we can. And I mean, just big shout outs to everybody that raced with Stoltz, obviously. Bellinger definitely, of course. Give him a shout out. Had a good race with him. Obviously, Corey Mott, good race with him. Shout out to Nick. He had a great time. And you shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
This might be my final year with Krispy Kreme, so hopefully, shout out to Krispy Kreme. Congratulations, since I got a podium finish. You guys can get 99 cents off of any Krispy Kreme
Oh
participant.
wow. All
facility.
right.
Use the code name ADub.
All right, man.
I love it.
Well, great job coming home P2 tonight. Looking forward to next week at Pocono. You have a good rest of your week.
Cool.
All right, man. Have a good one. That was Joe Wright, driver of the 37 car, coming home in P2 tonight. Has had a tough season. Seems to be getting caught up in a lot of wrecks at the ovals. Was sitting 19th in points before tonight, but after the second place finish tonight, expect him to kind of move up that standings board, and we'll see where he lands. But Joe Wright, self-proclaimed road expert, looking forward to other road courses on the schedule. We have Chicago Street Course, in addition to Sonoma, and then I believe we're also at Watkins Glen later in the season. So several more opportunities for 37 to flex his muscles in this type of racing. But that leaves Josh Stoltz, the 43 driver, winner tonight. Came in very confident, and that confidence showed through on the track basically the entire race. We'll pull him down into the broadcast booth here. Mr. Stoltz, you're in the booth. You got us?
Hello.
Hey, man. So great job finishing the job tonight. You came home first place in stage 1, stage 2, and the third and final stage. Though you did have a little bit of a moment there with Bellinger. Bellinger just locked it up and kind of drove you into the gravel there. What were you thinking when you were sitting on the gravel trying to get back onto the racing surface?
Yeah. Going in the corner, I saw him. I knew he was lining up like the row behind me to my inside, so I was kind of expecting a dive bomb. I drove it in a little deeper than I normally would on the restart there, and I guess he just threw it in from 2-3 car lengths back and didn't turn into the corner. I guess, I don't know.
It was a total lockup, but he just locked up the brakes and slid. But
yeah,
still.
So I'm even with the kerfuffle down in 5 with him again. I mean, I still drove right back to the front. I'm not upset about it. I still got the result I was trying to get tonight. So
yeah, definitely.
Just made it a little bit more interesting for you guys up there.
I was gonna say it really spruced up the broadcast into that third stage there. We had a bunch of different narratives going as far as Joe Wright maybe being able to steal one, but once we saw you turn a lap after that, we were like, oh, it's only a matter of time till Stoltz gets back up to the front. But yeah, great job slicing your way through the field again to work back up to the front. So like looking ahead to Pocono, sorry, Bill, go ahead if you got something for him.
I gotta say, I actually liked when that happened because I knew it was gonna happen. I knew you were gonna have to drive through the front, so I was kind of glad it happened to you. But last night you said this was your track, you couldn't wait to be here, and I said to Thomas, that's bad news for the rest of the field because nobody wants to be at this track. You came out, you ripped off, a lap during qualifying, and that was it. Had a 23-second lead at one point.
I think stage 2 and the end of the race were both. When I looked at my relative for a second, they both said 23.
Yeah. So you had a huge points night, and you made it exciting. So you locked into the championship.
Well,
man.
playoffs, not championship yet.
Playoffs. Yep.
Yeah,
Well, the
Not getting the
playoffs.
hopes-
The playoffs. Yeah.
yeah.
And after
Like,
tonight, sorry, go ahead.
I always feel a little bit more comfortable on a road course just because I have a road course background. So
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say after tonight, you finish your trifecta of the podium. You got third, second, now first tonight. So the trilogy is complete. Though you mentioned you like road courses, so we were talking to Joe Wright Turner a second earlier, and he was saying that he also comes from the road discipline, and then he got into oval. Are you looking ahead to Chicago and Sonoma and Watkins Glen? Do you have those circled too?
yeah, Sonoma. I definitely got to work on. Chicago, I feel comfortable at. It is a simple track, but it's also I feel like Chicago is the most simple but most challenging road course on the schedule, just because of there is nowhere to go. There's
Mhm.
nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
Sonoma's probably my least favorite on here, but I'm definitely going to keep that one, or definitely going to keep that one circled because birthday race. Who doesn't want to win on their birthday?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. Yeah, man. Well, really not too much other to say. You just dominant performance from start to finish. Any shout outs you want to give before you head out?
Definitely give a shout out to Joe. I hate to say it, but he kind of surprised me tonight. I thought it would be Carlisle behind me
Uh-huh.
for most of it, which it was. And then I saw Joe kind of creep up. I'm like, okay, team owner, let's go. But I mean, probably definitely shout out to, well, the how do I word this? I would give a shout out to the team that ran this car, but they no longer exist. If you guys recognize the paint scheme, it is a homage to the number 26 that was ran by Team Heserberg back in 2022. And then it's just the meme that kind of inspired or became because of the team name, because everybody called it for a while that I knew was calling it Heisenberg Systems, like Breaking Bad. So I'm like, screw it, I'll throw it on there.
I wasn't sure if that's where it was going, Nud, but that's great.
All right, man. Well, you have a good rest of your evening and good rest of your week, and we'll see you next Tuesday at Pocono.
See you guys.
All right, that was Josh Stoltz, driver of the 43 car. Just total dominant performance by him tonight. Coming across the line about almost 30 seconds in front of the next car.
Yeah, almost 30 seconds.
So yeah, great job by him tonight. Like I mentioned before, this is the last week of our double headers. So starting next week, we'll only be live on Tuesday evenings to continue the Carolina Cup series here on Crown Jewel Race Network. But same time, same place, 8 p.m. Eastern, or whenever I decide to start the stream. But as for tonight, that's all I got for you, Bill. Ryan, you guys got anything for the stream before we head out?
No, just dominating performance. Not much more you can say than that.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head.
Yep. All right. Well, we will see you guys next Tuesday at Pocono, the Tricky Triangle. Are there any other nicknames for it? I don't think so. Just the Tricky Triangle. The weird track.
Tricky Triangle.
Yeah, the really long pace lap track. All right, you guys have a good rest of your evening. Have a good rest of your week, and we'll